Hey everyone, it's Sean Masick, recording for Hipsters of the Coast. This is Modern Hero Week 2 with Green Black Elves. So Week 1 we did pretty abysmally, and I ended up going 1-4 in a league, which is personal worst for me. Not that I'm an amazing player by any stretch, but 1-4 feels bad. So we changed up a few things this week with the $20, and I'm going to go over some of them. First off, we just got better art for us. I think this is a really important part of the deck. You know, we were playing this kind of new bordered, maybe Alara forest before, and that's junk. But that didn't really cost us anything. So the only changes I made to the main deck were to add an Overgrown Tomb and to play the 4th Elvish Visionary and take out Sylvan Messenger. So the Overgrown Tomb came in for Nykthos, and basically the rationale behind this is that we put more black cards in our sideboard, and that moving forward we might eventually switch to Abzan Elves, or just play some fetch lands to add more black sources. So we had 8 black sources before, now we have the 9th, which I'm still not entirely sure whether that's enough to play something like the Duresses in the sideboard, but we're going to try it out and see how it goes. Okay, so then the sideboard changes I made were to add 3 Duress, 1 Stain the Mine, and 2 Scavenging Ooze. The 2 Scavenging Ooze I'm not entirely sold on. I think we need a second one. The third one might be overkill and might be one of the things we cut next week. Duress in an ideal world would be Thoughtseize, but Thoughtseize, the Lorwyn ones, the Lorwyn ones are really expensive. The Theros ones are like $20 give or take, which is our entire budget for a week. So that's something that we do want to upgrade to. It's important. But for right now, Duress does a lot of what we want, which is to disrupt decks, especially these combo decks that just ran us over last week. So between Blue-Red Storm and the Krark-Clan Ironworks deck, we need some way to slow them down a little bit, because at this point we're not quite racing them. It was close in all the games we played, but you know, close but no cigar. So added the Duresses. The Oozes I think are also count as disruption towards a lot of these decks that rely on their graveyard, like Blue-Red Storm and like the Ironworks deck, as well as Goryo's Vengeance, Snapcaster decks. You know, I think it might be a reasonable option against Jund. So, yeah, that's real. And then the Stain the Mine is kind of a fun of in the sideboard. I basically wanted another card against Ironworks, against Storm, against Ad Nauseum. Basically, just a kind of a trump card to stop them from doing their thing. And Stain the Mine works out really well because of the Convoke. You know, you so often have, you know, you lead turn 1 Llanowar Elves, turn 2 Heritage Druid Dwynen's Elite, and then you already have 4 creatures out, and you can continue to tap for mana. So because you can play your hand out so quickly, Stain the Mind is, I think, a pretty reasonable inclusion. So the things that we cut are the 3 Essence Warden. We never boarded them in last week. It's possible that we play a bunch of aggro matchups where we might want them, but I'm not super concerned with the aggro matchups. I think that we're in reasonable shape to race them, to go a little bit bigger. You know, I could, of course, be wrong. So we'll test that out, see how that goes. We cut the 2 Chokes because I felt like they were really bad. All of the blue-based control decks, for the most part, are playing so many non-island lands, so it feels like more like an inconvenience than a card that just wins the game. It doesn't have that power that Blood Moon has, So it just doesn't seem like it's like it was really doing too much. And we got the one, of course, in grip. We have the Fracturing Gust for Affinity, Reclamation Sage on the sideboard, another one in the main deck. So I feel like we're going to be okay with destroying artifacts and enchantments. Yep. So those changes, basically I use Star City pricing. So adding the Overgrown Tomb, the Scavenging Oozes, the Stain the Mine, the Duresses, we got to about $18.47 on paper, which feels about right. It's like a little, not disingenuous, but it's it doesn't take into account the fact that there are shipping costs with Star City, but Star City is about retail anyway, so I feel like it's what most LGSs would be charging for the cards, so that seems fine. And it's about 8 tickets, so for the most part, cards are much cheaper online. So yeah, about 8 tickets. We have $1.53 banked this week that we can add to the 20 next week, and hopefully we'll do a little bit better in this event and at least get our money back. At least, you know, having a winning record would be a step in the right direction. So we're gonna jam a game right now, and yeah, that's the plan. So play lobby. Yeah, like I said, I think that the biggest addition, and one of the reasons you really want to play Green Black Elves is that you have access to disruptive discard in the sideboard, and we just weren't really taking advantage of that because I was really concerned with the mana base that we wouldn't be able to support it. I'm still not positive that we will, but you know, we'll test it out. It's also possible if the mana ends up being not great that we could play some amount of Elves of Deep Shadow. I'm not there yet, but you know, having some mana dorks that can add black mana seems like a real thing. So, yep. Right. Let's try this out. On the die roll, so yeah, let's play first. This hand is great. You know, we get to go turn 1 Heritage Druid into Dwynen's Elite, tap all 3, and play Heritage Druid, play Elvish Archdruid, assuming they don't kill our Heritage Druid on turn 1, in which case our hand is much worse. But I don't think you can mulligan hands like this, so yep, so we'll try it out. Opponent played a Darksteel Citadel and a Chromatic Star, so I think this is probably the Eggs deck. I don't really think it's Affinity. So the good news is that they probably won't disrupt us very much. The bad news is where I don't know if we're going to be able to erase them. I played this deck for the first time last week. I know that there's been a Darkest Mage and some other folks have been streaming a lot with it. And I didn't realize how good the deck was with the addition of Scrap Trawler. So the deck is definitely real, and I hate playing against it. So all right, so next turn, if we just want to swing, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's interesting. So we can swing and then just play Shaman and makes them kill us on the following turn. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure. You know, it probably makes sense to just Elvish Archdruid, tap it for Collected Company, and then see what happens. Opponent tanking on their Ancient Stirrings. So they have the Scrap Trawler. So it seems like they're probably reasonably close to going off. Wow. All right. Yeah, that's real. I feel like if they can play Ironworks, then we might just be dead. So that's a real thing. Okay. So, I think I want to lead with Collected Company. If we play another Archdruid or another Shaman of the Pact, wow. Let's think about this. If we just go Archdruid, Archdruid, then I'm just trying to think. If we play Azuri Archdruid, we play Shaman of the Pack, we won't have enough to kill them. This is really interesting. I'm going to go with the double Archdruid play. I'm not sure if that's right. Two, three, four, five, six. It was in fact right. Spoiler alert. Yeah, because that is lethal. Awesome. Yeah, that hand was really good. Okay, so playing against Ironworks, I just legitimately don't think they can win without Ironworks. They use their graveyard as a resource, and duress as a reasonable way to get rid of Krark-Clan Ironworks, though it doesn't stop stuff like Scrap Trawler, and you know they end up getting a lot of the stuff back. So I think we just want all the disruption. Fracturing Gusts are a little slow. That doesn't seem great, but if we're also slowing down. Okay, so it's really interesting. So we're cutting a bunch of creatures, so it might be correct to cut some amount of Collected Companies as well. It feels so wrong to cut Collected Company. I think sideboarding with this deck is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. So, you know, like I feel like we want all of these cards, like 10 cards. But that might be overboarding, and we're definitely slowing ourselves down quite a bit. I think we want to cut Court of Calling. While it does provide a way to search up Reclamation Sage or Scavenging Ooze, it's just so mana intensive, and I don't think it's quite where we want to be. On the same token, I don't love Elvish Visionary here. We're not like trying to grind out value. Yeah. Like, I'm never sure whether it's right to like shave some amount of mana dorks. It just doesn't ever seem like that's the case. But if we have any accomplished Elves players, yeah. So like, I think it might be right to cut a company. It's weird. I don't know. I don't. All right, so that's 62. I don't think we want all the uses. We have 34 creatures still, so that's fine. Fracturing Gust. I mean, this card is bonkers, but it's just so slow. And with our deck, though, especially on the draw, I want to cut one on the draw. Not sure if that's right, but yeah, let's try this. Yeah, I mean, it might be right to cut some amount of the green-black elves. I'm still trying to figure out how this the optimal sideboarding plan. I do have to say though, it feels a lot better, just knowing that we have some kind of disruption. Okay, this hand is not great. Okay, so let's talk about what it does have. It has a turn 1 Mystic. If we draw a land, we can play Archdruid. It does have a duress to potentially snag an Ironworks and slow them down quite a bit. This hand is super borderline. Has the Fracturing Gust if we ever get there. If we can slow them down enough. I feel like we're just missing the second mana dork. It's just nice to have the interaction though. On the draw, so we have basically, yeah, I'm going to mulligan this. I will keep this one though. I'm pretty sure I don't want Nettled Sentinel. We don't have the Heritage Druid. Yeah. I want to leave with Llanowar Elves here. We're going to go Llanowar Elves, presumably into Duress next turn. Though, I mean, we could turn 2 Reclamation Sage if they gave us maybe like a Mox Opal or something that we'd want to blow up. I mean, I guess their deck could win with like Scrap Trawler beat down with like some Hanger Backwalkers and stuff. Yeah, like I don't think it's right to just blow up the Chromatic Sphere. Like I said, though, I definitely do feel significantly better about our sideboarding plan now. All right. So they have Ancient Stirrings. Let's see what they show us. And Ichor Wellspring. Wow. It's just a bunch of Duresses. Yeah, I think we just want to jam the Duress. It is interesting because if I just wreck Sage to blow up Chromatic Sphere now, they can obviously tap it and, you know, get a card out of it. But it's one less artifact for when Krark-Clan Ironworks is out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That would mean that we could stay in the mine the following turn. Is that right? 4. Yeah, we'd have 5 things. So that's really tough. They could play Krark-Clan Ironworks this turn off of land Mox Opal. Huh. I don't know. I think I'm gonna play the Rex Sage. I just like that it gives us the stay in the mine the following turn, assuming they don't play Krark-Clan Ironworks right away next turn. Blows it up in response, totally fine. I'm trying to think of. I'm almost positive that Krark-Clan Ironworks is the card to name with Stay in the Mind. Like, I was thinking that you could maybe name Emrakul, because that's their win condition. But there's, you know, they can certainly win other ways. Not super worried about it this turn. Ooh, Pyroclasm. Well, that's not great. Okay. Well, let us duress them now. Interesting. Anguished Unmaking, Ether Grid, Mind Stone. So we can't stop Walking Ballista. Anguished Unmaking. What is this? It's non-land permanent. Interesting. I think our plan is just to try to Fracture and Gust this game. The Mind Stone or the Ether Grid. So the Ether Grid represents, it is target creature or player, so I think we want to get rid of this one first. Not entirely sure. The Pyroclasm definitely hurt though. Also, Ether Grid, I don't think they can get back with Scrap Trawler. Yeah, Walking Ballista on 2. It's fine. Interesting. Well, I think we jam the Nettle Sentinel. And I think we play another Duress. Collective Brutality. Collective Brutality is insane against Elves. Like, the fact that it could just kill our creature and then take our Fracturing Gust or Stay in the Mind. Yeah, let's not do that. I didn't realize just how insane that card is, but it's really insane against, well, it's insane against a lot of aggro decks. It's great against Burn, but it's also great against Elves. So, okay. possible they're just going to kill the Nettle Sentinel here. Swing in. Nope. Ugh. It feels bad that it's a Blossoming Marsh. So otherwise, we could have stayed in the mine there. It still isn't looking... This walking list is actually looking kind of great. There's the Ironworks. Well, they have Mindstone. We'll see. If we top deck the land next turn, that would be pretty nuts. Ding ding ding. Okay. Yeah, I think I'd like to pay 2 life. Okay. So I think we smash and then we Fracturing Ghost. Just untap it. I think it's going to die regardless, but... Okay. Probably they'll blow up all their things so we don't gain the life. Yeah, they can do whatever they want. In the following turn, if they don't play another Krark-Clan Ironworks, we can stay in the mind. Then, you know, we're playing against a deck with some walking ballistas and stuff. If I was no, we don't need to do that. If I was a little bit more familiar with the deck, I'd feel better. Okay. Opponent has Hagerback Walker. It's definitely a difficult card to beat. Alright, so this Stay in the Mind is looking slightly awkward. Target them. So opponent has Anguish Unmaking. We saw that. Krark. I almost named Krark-Clan Engineers. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that one. They have an Anguish Unmaking and a Mox Opal. So they have Emrakul. They have another Pyroclasm. Okay. Yeah, it's possible that we just, if we don't hit any gas, then we could still certainly lose this game. So, Collected Company, I think, is our best draw. Well, that is not a Collected Company. I don't see a reason to play the Forest there. I'd rather make our opponent at least think that we could Court of Calling or Collected Company. Oof. Alright, well, that's great. I think we want to wait till they attack. Okay, so yeah, just Archdruid, Shaman. Any order. So we certainly don't want to block Hangerback Walker. think they're trying to figure out whether they want to Anguish on making one of them. Okay. It's kind of a weird spot. We don't want to block the walker. If we block the trawler, gets walking ballista back, and that just seems like it's even worse for us. I don't know if we can race at this point, but let's try. Maybe we'll hit another collecting company. Well, I mean, that's good. 3. Okay, so they did Anguish on making us, but I don't think they had another one. So I don't think we have 4 mana. So I think we're just gonna block something. Yeah, so we just have to do that. We'll put Shaman of the Pack in front of Scrab Trawler, or in front of Hangerback Walker. That feels wrong. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna tap our. I forgot about that Pyroclasm. Okay. I feel fine about our sideboarding plan. There's nothing I really. I don't know if we overboarded. It didn't seem like we did. Okay. We're in the play this game too, so. Yeah, I suppose that Scrap Trawler Hangerback Walker beatdown is still a thing. So. Also, the if we're able to Fracturing Gust before they have Krark-Clan Ironworks, we just gain so much life there. Which might have been enough to swing the tide. I'm not really sure. Yep. I don't like Leap. Still don't like Visionary. Don't like Lead the Stampede. We just have to disrupt them. Court of Calling's interesting. It's possible I want to bring in this other collected company, especially on the play. Is that right? I kind of want to cut 1 ooze, play 1 more company. It's 33 creatures. I think that's still a totally reasonable amount. So. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we have nothing disruptive here. So that's not great. We're on the play. Turn 1 we play Mystic. Turn 2 play Shaman. Turn 3 Heritage Druid, tap, play Collecting Company. I'm not positive about this. I'm not sure if it's actually fast enough. Definitely soft to Pyroclasm. A little bit soft to Pyroclasm. We'll try it though. We'll try it. All right. Lead with Mystic. I can't think of a reason. I guess if our next draw was exactly Dwynen's Elite, then Heritage Druid is a better play. That's not true because we have 3 mana. All right, well, whatevs. Sure. Have a Terrarian. Rexage. Is that better? It might just be better. This is... Oh, you draw a card and want it to put in the graveyard. It feels like... I'm just not sure. This might be wrong. I think I could snag something better with Reclamation Sage, though. I mean, most of their things, when they hit the graveyard, they gain them some kind of advantage. But like if we're able to poach a Mox Opal or something, that would be pretty nice. Unless we're getting Pyroclasm here, which would not be nice. Or Collective Brutality would be, in fact, brutal, yeah. Okay, Pyroclasm. I think that's actually better than them playing. Cool. Archdruid. There's nothing for us to Wreck Sage there, so there's just no reason. Okay. Just get to explode their hand everywhere. Just Anguish I'm making, sure. Interesting. If we... Alright, so our options are we can Wreck Sage and play Heritage Druid. We can blow up the Mox Opal. We could collect a company, visually collect a company into another Reclamation Sage, though that's... So, I think we have another turn. I think it's okay to play collect a company here. Alright, let's just not whiff. Let's have a good collect a company. Okay. So, we definitely want Azuri. That's for sharks. We have the Heritage Druid in hands. I think we want the Nettle Sentinel. It's kind of a weird thing. Alright. Hopefully we're not just dead. Second sweet. There's something about it that reminds me. Oh, it just seems like it's just a lot more efficient than previous iterations of eggs, minus the when they had second sunrise as an option. So it doesn't seem like we can cast Krark-Clan Ironworks this turn, which is great. Okay. So I could totally have it next turn, which would, obviously. Okay. What's the best way to do this? I think we play Heritage Druid. I mean, I could just hit for 10. Is that right? No, that can't be right. Because then the following turn... I don't know. Yeah, we'll untap him. I don't think that order was wrong. If we tap these three, Nettle Sentinel will untap. And we won't have enough to do what I want to do. So I think we smash. Then we blow up the Mox Opal. Also could be wrong. Not sure. I mean, actually, upkeep, they just go and get whatever they want, right? That costs 4. Okay. Wreck Sage. Yes. Yep. We also have the Azuri ability up. Yep. Yeah, so we have the Azuri ability up, so we are kind of Pyroclasm proof, though it does kill Azuri, which is the thing that is winning us the game, so not ideal. If our opponent stumbles this turn, though, we certainly win, because next turn we just pump everything and it's like 5, 10, 15, 19 damage. This could be a collective brutality. That would be, once again, brutal. I wonder whether I should have just got in last turn with Azuri. That might have just been wrong. I was thinking that we attack with Azuri, we hit them for 10, and they go to 15. So they're still out of reach for us to kill them the following turn. Alright, so let's regenerate all of our other elves, just in case. Right, because we can't do the thing I want to do, which would be to make it big enough. I don't think that our opponent has a way to kill our other elves, but I don't think I would rather just be safe than sorry. Yeah, can add red. I'd be okay with another pyroclasm here, obviously. But not engineered explosives. Interesting. Okay. So if I play Scavenging Ooze and untaps our Nettle Sentinel, it's gonna put a little bit more pressure on our opponent. Yep. It's also possible I should have just tapped the elves to just add a bunch of green mana and just start eating everything. Okay, got stirrings. I think we're in an okay spot. We shall see. This deck is cool though. I think Spire of Industry is just as a card that changed a lot of decks. It's good in Affinity. It's good in this deck. It's good in Lantern Control. I think playing this deck would be a little bit of a nightmare, if especially for new pilots, and especially in real life. It feels like it would be really difficult to keep track of everything, but maybe not. Yeah, at the end of the turn, we're just going to start eating all of our stuff. I don't think that there's any like instant speed way that they're going to interact with their graveyard. So I just want to make Scavenging as big as possible, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures. So we're representing lethal next turn, because we have exactly 9. So that's the plan. My opponent's tanking on this Ancient Stirring, so hopefully it means that they just hit nothing and not an embarrassment of riches. Chromatic Star. It doesn't seem like what they want, but it could be. Okay. I have 1 black mana, so could be representing a collective brutality. At this point, it might actually make sense to kill the Reclamation Sage, just because it means that it's going to take me another turn to kill them. 5. And pop out these graveyards. The hardest part about matches like this is when there's just a lot of thinking and a lot of downtime, and I'm not entirely sure what to say. Okay. It's looking good for us. Okay. Is this the collective brutality, or are we just playing something else cost 2? You know, it's interesting because the only piece of disruption we had was the Reclamation Sage this game, and I wonder how much it actually affected them. It's possible that they overboarded. I don't know. The Anguish Unmaking is interesting. I'm not sure if this is a standard card in this deck or whether this is kind of a an innovation by this player, but they're deep in the tank. While they're doing that, I'm going to update our little thing on the side here. So KCI, and then hopefully we get to put 2-1. That would be nice. Still tanking. Tank City. Is there any sweet flavor text I can read? Yeah, I think that's their best play. Alright, so we have 3 creatures. They have no creatures, right? I didn't accidentally miss one. Alright, we got a giant Scavenging Ooze. Right, I'm just not accidentally missing a creature, right? Okay. Put our opponent to 1, and we still have 3 mana up too, so we can potentially stop some other shenanigans. I feel like they need to top deck the KCI right here. Because I mean, they can Inventor's Fair, but they won't have enough mana to play the Krark-Clan Ironworks. I mean, I guess they could play Ancient Stirrings, hit the Krark-Clan Ironworks. We'll see. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. I mean, the fact that the opponent's searching. Oh, you know what? They could search for a like a Hanger Backwalker. Yeah. Play land, Hanger Backwalker, and then sure. It's a way to stay alive. When it dies. Okay. I think it might be kind of useless, but I think I should probably just get rid of some of this stuff. Oxopole. Just to, I don't think my life total really matters. So I just want to start getting rid of all the artifacts in the graveyard, just in case this game does go longer. Alright, I think it's okay for us just to smash. Okay. Then we'll eat it. Still gets the Thopter. I'm trying to think. I mean, I think we play the Duress. I'm not 100% here. It's just a land. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're... I guess I should have waited. But they probably Inventor's Fair at the end of our turn anyway, so... Alright. We know about the Tendo Ice Bridge. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there's going to Inventor's Fair at the end of their turn. Alright. And I think we still do this. It's a little annoying, but alright. And then I think that those are the only things we need to eat. Okay. Okay. Well, we will smash. And then we're going to play the Azuri. It's like, it's a little bit of a shame that it's not 2, 3, colorless. So now we have 2 lethal attackers next turn because we're also able to pump Azuri. All right. Yep. Adventurous Fair. What are we getting? Another Hangerback Walker, maybe? Another Hangerback Walker wouldn't really do it. All right. So it's got to be play the Krark-Clan, blow up the Wellsprings, draw some cards, see what happens. The scavenging moves will put an end to the potential scrap trawler shenanigans, though, so that's a positive. Be none of that on my watch. Okay, you got the Ironworks. Opponent still has, I think they still have outs. Okay. They are drawing a lot of cards, so. The joys of playing against Krark-Clan Ironworks. 4 mana. Just last time I had an opponent that just hit me with an Ugin on 8, and we in fact cannot beat Ugin, so hopefully our opponent doesn't do it here, because that would be a not great way to win to lose this game. Like I said, any good flavor text? No. Nope, nothing exciting. I wonder if do I not even have flavor text turned on? That might be the case. Yep. Just gonna leave the mana up in case our opponent. All right, so opponent played a land, so they don't have any more land drops. Doing something with their mana. Red and green. Okay. They have to do something else, though. Alright. Let's eat the explosives. Let's eat the Ichor Wellspring. Go away. Yeah, I don't care. Yes, go away. Get another Ichor Wellspring. But it's got 3 cards. It would not be great if they had like a walking ballista. I would not love that. Is Pyroclasm? Okay. Opponent's putting up a good fight. Alright. Do you think the 1 card in their hand's relevant? I doubt it, but let's see. Alright. Well, that's real. They can do something like Academy Ruins, one of their Ichor Wellsprings on top. It's possible I should have just gotten rid of all the Ichor Wellsprings. This game is taking forever. Forever. I mean, they just gotta play a couple artifacts. They have 2, 3, 4. Okay. They're going for it. Okay. I'm just gonna F6 over here so they can just kind of do whatever they want. deck definitely has a lot of play to it, though. So I'm pretty sure they have enough to do whatever they want. As long as they can, yeah. I'm pretty sure we're just dead here, but we'll let them do their thing and then go to the next video. Game felt a little bit unfortunate. The duresses definitely weren't good at the point where we drew them, so that's a real consideration, I suppose. The game felt much closer, though. I felt like we were so close at winning that game. I got 5 mana. They tap that. That's more. Pretty sure they're netting mana off this. So what they scrap trawler, sack terrarian. What are they getting back? Is it equal or less than? Lesser. So they're not getting anything back when they sack the terrarian. Well, that is good. Do I do it now? So if I hit the green-black elf, and one other elf, then I just win. So I think it's worth it to just do it now. They're tapped out, and we win. Nice. We'll go Druid, Shaman of the pack, and any order. Cool. Well, that was a timely collected company. Cool. So we managed to steal a match from Krark-Clan Ironworks. Our sideboard configuration definitely helped with that. So cool. I'm glad the changes we made a difference. I'm sorry that game was so painful. I'm going to pause it for now, and then we will pick up in the next round.